Welcome, Governor Livingston. You are in the zone. Brought to you by GLHS TV, GL Sports Zone. We're your hosts, Ryan Tarabokia, Charles Gilpin, and Jonathan Schmidt. You know, today we're going to be pivoting a little. No interviews. Fall sports have come to a close, so we're going to be talking about our previews for our winter sports today. We're going to open up this series with boys basketball. Tryouts are next week. Show out. Maybe you want to break some ankles, dunk a little. Who knows? We got a hidden talent.
Rumor has it Jonathan Schmidt's coming out.
Yeah. We'll
see you Monday.
Yeah,
We'll see.
So we'll see you Monday. But first, we have to address, congrats to volleyball on an electric run. 2-0 against Wall, 2-0 against Pleasantville, crown sectional champions, and then win the first round. And then sadly losing to Sparta 0-2. Not much of their fault. I was at the game. These two were not. Pick and choose your battles, both at college. But Sparta was insane. Like, straight up, just absolutely any ball that came their way, they hit. But yeah, I mean,
that's the goal of volleyball.
Yeah, they were crazy, working the lines well.
From what I heard, they were definitely a very strong team.
Yeah.
I think what do they have? Villanova basketball commit?
Or Duke. It's
Duke?
one of the two.
Duke?
I think it was Duke.
Either way, Division I athlete.
Yeah. I mean, listen, you guys have anything to say about volleyball? I mean, listen, it was a great season. We had Mr. Hess and Katie on here, obviously. If you didn't tune into that episode,
Go watch it now before you start listening to this one.
I know. Come on. Pause for a second.
No, go to the first one.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you better have watched the first one.
Sparta was 25-1 this year.
Yeah.
That's insane.
They only lost to North Hunterdon, I'm pretty sure.
And that's a huge school, so they're probably pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, now
what
listen,
a pleasure just watching those volleyball games, though. I'm going to miss it.
I know. I wish, like we said last episode, we wish we discovered that earlier.
Yeah.
That was
Even
awesome.
the student sections, those were the most fun I've had, I think.
It's very condensed, like a small group. Well, so
all right, let's congrats to volleyball again. Great season, great stuff. Congratulations to all the seniors. Now we're gonna pivot to basketball. We're starting a new era, the winter sports era. You love to see it. This is big time. Charlie, why don't you tell the people, the American people, about what it was like last season for GL basketball?
Well, GL basketball last year, overall the record shows a pretty positive year. They had a really hard time in the playoffs, losing in the first round against New Providence by about 5 points. And I was at that game. That was a really tough game to lose. It was really back and forth.
That was states, right?
First round of sectionals.
I think it was sectionals.
Sections?
Yeah, sectionals, Group 2, Central Jersey.
Counties was Johnson, right?
Yeah, we lost to Johnson.
Yep.
Game winner.
Those big games we lost to, we're losing a lot of seniors. Well, we lost a lot of seniors.
Oh, my God. It's like 9 or 10. All of them, I think.
All of them were stat leaders. Nick Gold with the most points and most rebounds. Bryce Facey, most assists. Like, you're losing key players there.
Yeah.
And then,
And Brian McGrath, you can't forget
Brian
about
McGrath, one of the best.
Dolnick.
Come on. Big. He's just, it's.
One of our own, Dan Bass,
Yeah.
leader of the handshakes, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
That's a big time.
Jimmy Ruban, two glue guys, the working the bench. Maybe that'll be
Bench
maybe that'll be you this year. Who knows?
Thanks, man.
And I mean, listen, it's going to be a lot. Coach Loeffler will have a very tough job to pivot, this year.
I think a lot of teams this year are rebuilding.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good seniors that are
Last year was a good class, but I think it can most definitely be done. There's still a lot of talent on this team. This isn't as much of a rebuild. I think it's just a rework. There's a lot of guys.
There is no rebuild. You just load it back up and come out shooting it again.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can say that.
No, that just doesn't make any sense.
I
But
don't think I can say that in school either.
we'll cut that out.
Yeah.
Check it in post.
But yeah, I think. But I think it's going to be a lot on Coach Loeffler to make sure this team has good chemistry. Having chemistry as a team is going to be crucial. Last year, I mean, they had all the chemistry in the world. Like you said, 9 or 10 seniors on that team. It's pretty much only a senior squad with a couple of guys, filtering in and out. And I think, this year it's going to be good. I mean, now this is going to be
8 seniors.
8 seniors. Listen, it's a big thing. And now we got a little segment here. We're going to be doing this for pretty much every winter sport. We're going to give you an MVP prediction. We'll go around. Everyone will give that. And then we're going to give you a breakout prediction. My MVP for this season. My prediction is Kyle Bate, an MVP in already one of our other sports. Listen, he's an athlete. We know it. He can play contact sports. Now he's pivoting to pretty much a non-contact sport nowadays. But
It's like chess.
But listen, he shoots well on a rate basis. A very efficient 3-point shooter, 2-point shooter.
As a king should.
Although, at Lifetime, I did almost beat him. Other than the fact that
What, in like third grade?
No, a week ago. Although it was,
With the cameras on?
Was he using his left hand only?
he was only shooting jump shots. And
Well, was he
I don't think
blindfolded?
What?
Was he blindfolded?
No, I literally don't think I hit a single 3-pointer. He was just a little cold. It was right after a workout, but
Yeah.
he was.
Any workout,
He hit
and then you
arms,
go to
too.
shooting, that's like
Yeah.
a couple air balls before you get down.
Back to my MVP prediction. He plays great defense. He's a good athlete. I mean, he was our defensive MVP for football for, obvious reasons. And he was one of the guys last year that is returning on varsity, one of the only juniors that got some consistent minutes. And if he can work off the ball well, because, they do have more of a traditional point guard in Patrick McGrath. If he can work off the ball well, he'll, work around screens well, get open. He could easily lead this team in scoring. I don't think there's any way around that. I mean, he can shoot the ball well, like I said. So, like I said, working off ball is going to be key. We'll see how Coach Loeffler uses him offensively. And he can also run well in the fast break, because one of the big things last year is a great team on the fast break. Lots of great athletes. And, I mean, if he can get down court and score, obviously he can lead the team in steals. He can facilitate that fast break offense. I think he's due.
That fast break offense is one of the most beautiful things to watch.
Oh, you love to see it.
Love to see it.
Maybe we'll see a couple dunks from some of these guys we can talk about later. Who knows? Chuck, give me your MVP. What are we thinking here?
I'm picking John Schmidt.
The Moose. No.
Me?
No. The leader of Sports Zone.
He was the only junior last year with triple-digit points. He describes himself as a team-first player.
And I think that's true.
That's true. He's always willing to take a charge just so the team can get the ball.
Get the dirty work, the
You know-
Dennis Rodman role.
Let's not go all into Dennis Rodman.
Okay, yeah.
There's a lot of things you don't want to be in.
We'll stay on the court. Stay on the court.
I don't even know on the court.
On the
Well,
court.
just the rebounding defensive
some
aspect.
There's some broken bones that probably
Okay.
should have been
Yeah.
broken.
Great guy. Team first. He's a leader. He can also shoot. I've heard he's getting his jump shot a little bit
His
better.
jump shot has been looking good at open gym.
Listen.
Top of the key.
It could be completely. It's like the one baseball movie. The kid breaks his arm and he starts throwing
Major
arms
League-
out. Major.
No, not major. Rookie of the year, right?
Rookie of the year, yeah. Where the kid
Rudy.
breaks his arm. No, not Rudy. Rookie of the year. He breaks his arm. He starts throwing fastballs. Johnny gets that injection for TJ, and now he can shoot. Hopefully this year he goes above 50% on free throws.
Yeah, so he can really get rebounds. He likes to pass the ball. He gets the ball around. He was a key player last year.
And he's a vocal leader too. It's
Yeah.
not just like
Yeah, he's
beyond the
He's
game.
willing to tell you suck.
Definitely. He's no, yeah. I
Like
mean,
he has accountability. He'll tell you you're
and
not
he'll
doing
hold
good.
himself accountable.
Yeah,
he puts
he'll
the
hold
most valuable in MVP.
Okay, let's move on to Jonathan Schmitz.
This one. Listen,
This is bold.
bold. I heard about it
but
before. Oof.
I'm sticking with it.
All in.
Many people could probably just say he's a breakout player because we
Maybe
haven't.
one of us,
Yeah,
but-
maybe one of us would say he's a breakout player because we haven't seen him yet. He's coming back from an injury, but I'm gonna say Basil Kaczmarczyk is my MVP pick for this year.
Love it. I love that pick.
I don't know how to describe
What's
him,
a
but
Yeah, but breakout is like less expectation than MVP.
MVP,
The dude can hoop.
he is a bucket.
All right.
Let me just say from experience, having to guard him at like open gym and stuff,
I mean, anyone can run around some cones.
I know, but Basil, you get a hand in his face, he's still splashing a 3 in your face. He'll take you off the dribble and make some tough layup. He just doesn't miss. And I think he could be a very valuable piece to the basketball team. And a lot of people are just not expecting it just because we missed him playing for a year because of his ACL injury.
Pretty much. I mean, he was also dealing with back stuff.
Yeah, his back stuff when he was younger.
And then tore his ACL. I mean, listen, it's all going to be how he comes back. I think he can do it, but some 2 injuries to body parts that are very difficult to recover from. There's no way around that. But, I mean, like you said, he can shoot and shoot. That's at the end of the day.
And he's shifty. His handles are really good. His basketball IQ is there, and he's just a great team player. He's not
Good.
selfish in his shots. He spreads the ball around the floor. He
Definitely,
takes
yeah.
smart shots. Definitely.
100%. I think he can use his long arms and everything, play defense well. I mean, listen, this team is going to need that on-ball scorer. I talked a lot about the off-ball work from Kyle. If Basil can play on the ball well as their 3 or 4, he's got the length and everything to play for. So maybe he plays a little power forward. He can catch the ball. He can run the ISO. He can score. Just being one-on-one on defense. I mean, since we're on the topic, who's your breakout player, Jonathan?
My breakout player is going to be Colin Tripp.
Ooh, another guy coming back.
Another
from
guy
injury.
coming back. I think he's gotten a lot better. He's definitely one to watch. He's got great post moves, great footwork. Once again, great IQ.
Bull.
Yeah, Bull is the best way to describe him. Tall, lengthy. He's just in the post, it's hard to stop. You got to take away his positioning. If he gets position on you, he's going to hit you with a move, or then he's going to pump fake, and you're going to jump, and he's going to get you off your feet, and he's scoring. And, sometimes he can even stretch it out.
I was about to say, he can stretch the floor well.
Some mid-range.
He's got and his three-pointer.
His three-pointer,
It's not bad. He can handle the ball well. You get it at the mid. He doesn't have to be in the post. He can do a lot of things. He'll be able to get those rebounds. Obviously, I know. In my opinion, Chuck's MVP, John Schmidt, I think he'll be leading the team in rebounds. But Tripp will offer a lot. He can, like you said, despite him being taller than John, I think he can play the 4. I don't think there's anything crazy in that.
Definitely like a stretch big.
A stretch 4, because Moose, as we like to call John.
His home is the paint.
His home is the paint. He's not going to be, maybe, a little couple pick and pops here and there. But Moose will be getting active down low. He'll be getting rebounds, drawing fouls, hopefully hitting free throws, getting a lot of rebounds. But like you said, I think Tripp can do it all. You could see a lot of 3-out, 2-in offense, 2 guys in the low block. I think it could work well. I really do. I like that pick a lot. Now, Chuck, what are we feeling breakout-wise? He's kind of, we might have already talked about it.
So I'm choosing Basil Castrovinci. He's a lethal shooter from deep. He can shoot anywhere. I remember watching him at the YMCA even when he was hurt. Great player. This is his last year of basketball, so he's really got something to prove.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Especially missing out.
Go out with a bang.
Like we said.
It's kind of just go out there, put everything on the floor. He has a good feel for the rim. He can drive when needed, and he has really good ball handling skills.
Definitely. Now, my breakout pick is a bit of a different look at it, because you guys have two guys coming off injuries. My guy is a guy who's been on varsity for a while. Now, my pick for my breakout player is a little bit of a pivot. He's been on the team, varsity, for a long time. A constant, always had a role, but never 100% in the offense involved. Different than a guy coming off injury. And my breakout is Alex Mika, an absolute freak athlete. Defensively, his range is going to be insane. He can move around laterally very quickly. He can get up there. He'll be able to get blocks. And I think he's obviously an insane finisher. He can jump up so high, contort his body, and get the ball in the net pretty much any way he needs to. I think generally, he's gonna play well. It's a guard and center heavy team with Tripp and Moose, McGrath, and Kyle Bate. A lot of good guards and centers, but along with Basil, they're the forwards. They're gonna have to be able to get on the ball, and that fast break offense, as we were talking about, he's going to be a huge part of it. You might see him catch a couple lobs. He's good. I think he is.
An interesting. Who will we see throw down one this year?
I think it's Mika.
It's got to be
this
Mika.
kid. You see his Instagram. He's got.
Mika
I think
Fitness
it's
too.
You think it's Bennett?
Bennett?
Maybe.
Yeah.
He's got the height.
He's got the height.
Yeah, but listen. If Mika can shoot the ball well and efficiently, definitely, maybe something he hasn't been able to do as well as a junior or a sophomore. If he can be efficient and get near the rim, I think he's gonna be a huge impact, especially defensively. They want to run zone. They want to put him on someone, put someone on an island. He's got the athleticism. I think if he can put it together this year, he will be a stud this year. In general, any record predictions, assuming they play the same
21 games.
21 games, assume it will be more. Hopefully they make a larger run. What are we thinking, Charlie? Let's not get too GL biased saying they're going 27-0 and winning the state chip.
Let's go 20. 21-2.
It's bold. Say they improved that much.
So 23 games they play? How many did they play?
They played 21, but they
that was
could.
with the tournaments.
21
Yeah.
with the tournaments last year?
No, they only played one game each, so they could play more, like go further.
Yeah.
Okay.
Assuming it could be. I think it maxes out at around 25 to 27 games.
So I'm gonna say they're definitely gonna be well over 500. I'm gonna say I'm expecting some big wins this year too, like on Super Saturday and stuff. And so
You don't have to give them an exact number. Maybe.
yeah, I'm gonna say up in the upper teens range, maybe hit the 20. But
I'm thinking overall, I think we're going to go around 17-8. And I know that sounds worse, but I feel like early on in the season, there could be some struggles of the team clicking, such a different team than last year. But I feel like come end of the year, there's going to be a lot of positives. I think they're going to be more prone to upsetting teams and making a further playoff run. That's why, obviously, I think they're going to play more games. I think they could do way better in counties, 100% better in sectionals, just because I feel like this team is built for the long run. Players will get better as the season goes on. Tripp, Basil, guys coming off of injuries, might start off this season slower. I think, honestly, the record won't tell the full story, and I think they will make a way deeper run. And honestly, I think it's going to be good. I really do. They started off 9-0 last year, a very hot start, and then they tailed off near the end. I think it's really going to be a whole different story this year. I think we're going to have a complete flip, and it's going to be maybe a slower start, and then they get rolling at the end. I mean,
I'm going to disagree with you a little bit. I do understand where you're coming from with the complete flip. It may be hard for the new players to just step into those starter roles. But we also have some returning juniors in like Kyle and Johnny who are going to be able to step up and be leaders who will step into those senior leader roles. But also, when you look at it, I think it's a lot similar to last year's team. Most of these kids, like we've been playing together since second, third grade, so their chemistry is there. It's just a matter of getting into the system, and that's something we can handle in the preseason.
no, yeah, I mean, definitely. I obviously I don't think you're wrong at all. I mean, anything can happen this season. Coach Loeffler did a great job last year. I mean, he knew how to circulate the seniors, and despite them struggling in the playoffs, that was a great coach team. Everyone meshed well. And I mean, back to what I was saying about chemistry, I really do think if they can click, they can start just as hot. And then I definitely think there's no way around it. Later in the season, I think we can all come along and agree that later in the season they can put it together and make a run because it's a run-built team. They've got a point guard who can pass the ball. They've got shooting guards who can work off the ball. And you got Mika, Basil, and I mean maybe even Tripp playing the four. There's going to be a lot of scoring coming from the forwards, hopefully, guys that can step up. And then you got Moose at center, and I think it's going to be a good team. And I think one of the things of this team is going to be defense. I mean, Chuck, how do you feel about the defense of this team?
I think that's probably the greatest quality.
Yeah,
They have
probably.
a solid defense.
A lot of grinders.
Yeah, a lot of guys who can be physical.
Aren't afraid of getting a little chippy.
Yeah, they got the length.
I think it's going to look like pickup basketball at Columbia.
Yeah,
season.
probably.
They got.
It's gonna be some hardcore D.
Oh yeah. I mean, listen, they have a lot of length defensively. They've got Basil, really long arms. Mika, move around very well. Moose doesn't have the longest of arms, but
He's physical in the
he's
paint.
physical.
He's like
Yeah.
a T-Rex.
Yeah, his arms do end at his waist. I mean, but I think something we have to address is the mayonnaise controversy. I mean, John Schmidt is spearheading it. He is the face of Hellman's right now, and I mean, the quick recovery from Tommy John, maybe no, not Tommy John, not the full surgery, the injection, the full recovery quickly. I mean, maybe he was eating a couple extra mayo sandwiches.
I think we should add one thing. We gotta say it on this podcast, just so he doesn't get upset. Somebody from the soccer team, Colleen Kersler, I think that's how you say his name.
I think so.
Yeah.
Colin?
Colin. There we go.
Colin Kussler.
Kussler. Yep.
Yeah.
Won All Mountain Division.
Player of the Year.
Player of the Year. Oh, maybe it's Colin Kessler.
Kessler.
Yeah.
That's what I was.
Yeah.
I think I know that
Yeah.
guy.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we know him.
Listen, he had. I think he had like 8 goals, 4 assists. I mean,
They're okay numbers.
solid numbers. I've seen better.
I mean, that's like a pretty awful season in hockey. So
Yeah, I mean, I think I could do that in the.
World Cup.
World
that's
Cup,
like,
oh
that's like
my
an average
God.
game.
Average game.
I'm winning the Golden Boot.
Golden boot.
We were talking about World Cup on the field, like just it's like you yell your country,
Oh, those
That's
are
what I
the
was talking about.
days.
Yeah.
Those are,
or like the wall at the school.
yeah.
He didn't win Ballon d'Or or something. This isn't some crazy. But no, we'll give him his flowers. He had a good season.
I'm sure he'll
One of-
like the flowers.
Yeah, of course.
What are we getting? Petunias, roses?
Dandelions.
No, he's kind of like
We gotta.
a rose kind of guy.
No,
Like a
no, like I'm thinking like a lavender look.
isn't there such thing as like an albino rose?
I think
Yeah,
I-
but-
I feel
A
like
white,
that
a
would be
white
cool.
rose.
A white rose. Well,
White
we're going.
rose.
Oh,
with
it's actually
albino.
just called white rose.
Yeah.
Albino rose would be such a cool.
No, I
name.
feel like he's always wearing his pink pants. I mean.
Yeah, he had
so
him on
yeah, we gotta
today.
get him
Pink-based flower.
salmon.
Salmon flower.
Salmon.
Maybe we just get him a piece of salmon. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll
That'd be
rub it
pretty
all over
tasty.
his shirts.
Cajun seasoning.
Old Bay.
Cajun.
Either.
Cajun.
All right, well done steaks.
Yeah, well done steaks are good.
Oh God, he likes chewing on hockey pucks. Hey, maybe that's why you know so much about hockey. You're always chewing on them at a steakhouse.
Oh
my God. Hey.
Oh, that was a good one.
You like it so raw that the cow is still mooing.
It's gotta. I don't know. It's all about getting a good crust, getting some texture.
I like it nice and medium, right in between you two.
Medium. Oof. If you're gonna make it chewy, you might as well get it well done.
It's not chewy. It's perfect.
We all know medium rare on the.
I could be like the Switzerland to you two guys, right in the middle,
No,
neutral.
but everyone. See, the thing is, like, Switzerland's neutral, but like both sides hate them.
I don't think anyone just hates Switzerland. It's actually quite a beautiful country.
It is the Alps.
Oh, really?
Skiing.
Switzerland's so beautiful. I didn't know that.
skiing. Good
I
chocolate too.
Yeah.
Good chocolate, really
Come on.
good Swiss chocolate.
I think we can all agree that chocolate is good. Swiss chocolate.
Swiss chocolate.
I don't know
is
if it's the
very-
best.
I didn't.
No,
What?
we have the best chocolate in
Yeah.
America. Hershey bar.
Pennsylvania has the best chocolate.
Of course. Homegrown.
Hershey.
Blue collar.
God bless America.
Definitely.
Brown collar. Get it? Because it's chocolate.
That was horrible. Oh my God.
Isn't that what they call chocolate workers? Brown collars?
No.
That'd be quite
I
funny.
don't think so. I don't know.
But yeah, great job going out to Colin. Good job.
Shout out to the
We'll
whole.
probably see some more announcements for like.
Yeah, I'm sure Goldbeck will win
Goldbeck
something,
for,
maybe like left bench all time. And then
Literally has been in net for over 2 years, but still.
yeah.
I mean, all
know-
conference players have to come out. That was player of the year. Kessler. Well, we know Kessler's going to be a conference.
I mean,
All
I think he
conference.
actually
Has to
he
be.
has to.
Yeah. So
I mean, listen. Once in the NBA, Marc Gasol won Defensive Player of the Year and was second all-team defense. So you never know. Maybe
That
they
is
could
true.
just. Maybe they could just completely.
I don't think.
he got one good award though.
I mean, hey, decent. No, but I mean, shout out to the whole soccer team. A great job this year. Shout out to all of our fall sports teams and all of their seniors. Soccer had an awesome year. Girls soccer also had a great year. Volleyball, obviously.
Awesome, yeah.
I mean, we can't talk enough about volleyball.
Football's on the come out.
Football.
Football had an up year. New head coach almost hit 500 for the first time in God knows how long. I mean, other than COVID year.
3 years.
Other than
There's
COVID.
an asterisk next to that year, though.
Yeah, it's kind of like when the Dodgers won.
Yeah,
the World
Dodgers
Series.
won the World Series.
And the Lakers.
Lakers. Yeah, LeBron.
Asterisk, kind of like how the Jets are 6-3. There's an asterisk.
The Steelers. How are they doing?
They're just not good.
Yeah.
We know that.
How about them?
No,
Giants?
actually, if there's any team with an asterisk, it's the Giants.
Whoa!
If anything with an asterisk, it's the Eagles.
No, but here's the thing.
The Giants are grinding
If you
out
want to
games.
call the Eagles frauds, you got to call the Giants frauds. They play the same teams.
It's true.
It's a fact.
Easy.
I don't think the Eagles are frauds. The
I
Eagles
don't
are,
either.
The
I
Eagles
think
are
they're frauds.
legit.
I think they're legit talented.
They're
but-
not winning the
They have
Super
an
Bowl.
easy
though.
schedule.
No, but they.
But
yeah,
they're
need to
doing
fight.
their job against the easy schedule. They're like
They are,
blowing
but
out teams.
I
Heineke.
I really do think
You gotta
the
lose one of
Eagles
those.
are maybe the most talented team, but they haven't had that challenge. They haven't had the.
They haven't had the Chiefs. They haven't
They
had
haven't
the
had,
Bills.
they haven't had the Chiefs, Bills, or even
Packers.
a gritty.
Oh, they played the
MetLife
Packers.
Stadium, December 10th. Odell's homecoming. Don't worry.
They need a team they need to fight
Who's
against.
Odell going to?
The Giants.
Did he already sign?
Not yet, but he's coming home. It's like Carmelo Anthony.
I think
I'm coming home.
no, but
coming home.
I genuinely think that they need to face the team that they need to fight against. The Commanders brought it to them for the first time all year. Someone was like, "We're going to come out here, and we're going to punch you in the mouth." Taylor Heineke is that guy. He's
Well, the Lions game was close. That was a shootout.
they're not a punch you. That was just they're a horrible defense.
Taylor.
Yeah.
Heineke.
Yeah. That's terrible.
Haven't you seen those? It's like with all the chains.
Yeah, the
on.
Shades.
Listen, oh,
Ew.
Vikings, that's a team
Like-
they need to play.
All right, they're not real.
Kirko Chains, dude, he's a stud.
Bro, Patrick Peterson's resurrected his career too.
Oh, well, dude, he's a Pat Pate's
Kirk
always been.
Thuggins.
LSU, number 7.
Yeah. Oh, I have
Patrick
actually,
Peterson.
I have some Pat Pete merch. He's a stud.
Pat
He's always been one
Pete,
of my favorite
Tyrann
players.
Matthew.
I'm trying to think. Who's another team
Jamar
that they need to
Chase.
fight against? Honestly, I know I just ripped them apart, but the Jets are one of those teams that would fight the Eagles.
I think we'd
The
beat
Giants
Eagles.
would too.
No.
The Giants.
The
Giants.
You
You
don't-
guys are held up by like this little cinder block. It's like a car.
called
on
Brian
cinder
Dayball,
blocks.
and then it's your horrible roster. You've got no
No.
talent.
Saquon Barkley's leading the league in rushing right now.
That's it. Your receivers are
What?
Wandale.
Wait, we're a high school. We're talking about high school sports.
Well,
We got-
we
we're-
finished with basketball.
Yeah, we finished
We
basketball.
gave them now we're off the rails. Listen, to get off the rails,
Crazy train.
yeah, to get off the rails, you got to be on them at one point. We were on them. Now we're off. We're talking about football because it is still football season,
football
in the
season.
NFL. I think the Giants.
Giants, Eagles, awful.
Okay,
Wow.
awful is a stretch.
This is
I still think
Saquon Barkley.
frauds.
We all know the real team in the NFC East is the Cowboys, and I hate to say it, the Cowboys defense is it. That is
Bro.
that's it.
Aaron Rodgers just drove down the field with
I knew they were
Christian
going to win.
Watson.
The Packers were due. They have been slumping
Oh,
for so
yeah.
long.
But like,
Christian
still.
Watson finally put it together. Aaron Rodgers is
The NFC is just awful.
yeah. No,
is.
no, but it's actually awesome. It's so confusing. They're like all so talented, other than the Giants.
Stop dissing
They're
my
all,
team, bro.
They're all so talented, but they have such an easy schedule, so you
But they're
can't.
better than the Steelers. We go on.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, talent-wise, the Giants are one of the bottom teams. But
Yeah,
they're
ta-
coached perfectly.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't,
The
no.
talent.
The Giants haven't had a full healthy team the whole year. Aziz, just
What? Who's out? Kenny Galladay.
Aziz
Kadarius-
Ojulari. Just wait until Ojulari
I'm sorry, your punter's out.
and Thibodeau off the
The
edges.
Jets lost arguably a top 7 running back in Brees Hall. I said it. Top 7 running back.
Top
Brees
5.
Hall was that guy.
We got top 1.
Top 1.
Top
Saquon.
1, so the
Saquon.
1.
The 1. Saquon
Derrick Henry's
Barkley.
I don't know if he...
I'm still a Derrick.
Derrick Henry?
Bro,
Derrick Henry still leads. Okay, no, it's Saquon.
it is Saquon.
I can't beat around the bush. It's Saquon.
yeah.
But still,
McCaffrey.
I think here are your guys. McCaffrey, no order, not to get controversial. No order, Schmidt. You don't need to raise the eyebrows. It's all right. Saquon, McCaffrey, Derrick Henry.
I mean, that was the order, but you just said Saquon first.
Mixon.
He's too inconsistent. Although the big plays are there.
Kamara should be in there.
Kamara, Damian Pierce, dude. That O-line is trash, and he be bulldozing.
He just
everyone.
runs angry. Wink Martindale hit the nail on the head
Jonathan
last
Taylor
week.
can be that guy. You saw he finally back.
Yeah.
That O-line, dude, that O-line is putrid. It's so bad.
But they have Quentin Nelson.
No, he's actually trash now.
Is
He's
he
not as
actually?
good as he was.
His PFF grades are terrible. He's one of the worst graded O-linemen this year, and he's getting blown up at the front.
You know who has the word? You know who has the best rated offensive
Is
lineman?
it Andrew Thomas?
Yeah, it is.
Good, because
It
he
is.
is a freaking stud. Andrew Thomas is a stud.
4
He's one
years
of the
at
most
Georgia.
talented guys. And listen, you can't even lie. Daniel Jones is not a franchise.
No, he isn't. I don't want him back.
He's a glorified game manager, and so is. I don't like Zach Wilson either.
No,
He's
Zach.
got potential.
I mean, you gotta love Zach Wilson.
Okay,
He's got that dog in him.
he does have
he
that
does
dog
have
in him,
that.
but at the same time, Zach Wilson he's able to do so much and break tackles in the pocket.
Oh, but Kenny Pickett's any better?
He's too young. I can't.
They're the same age, like basically.
He doesn't have an
alike.
offensive line either.
and
What,
the
1 year
receivers are
younger?
not getting open. Dude,
Bro,
Listen,
you can't be talking about your receivers.
too
It's
young.
one of the nicest young receiving corps in
it
the
is,
league.
but they've been struggling. It's bad play calling. Bad play calling. Matt Canada. He had his first good game against the Saints. Play calling wise, the cards aren't out. It's like, but you know who my favorite young QB is now? I've always been high on him, and everyone was like, "Oh, he's done. He's not good." It's Justin Fields. I've always been a huge.
Oh,
Justin
I've never
Fields guy.
hated on Justin
You
Fields.
can't.
You can't.
The Bears' coaching was so bad, and he was getting just utterly
And he had no weapons
destroyed.
around him.
No weapons. No, and now they're actually using him right. He's getting outside the pocket. He can throw it across body. He can run the read
He's
option.
running for his life.
He's running for his life, and he's getting almost 200 yards a game. Fantasy god. I mean, come on.
Shouldn't be talking about fantasy football.
No, my team is up. We're on the up. I started like 0-8, and I'm 7-3 now. 7-13. I've gone 7-5 in my past.
How'd you go 0-8 to 7-3?
No, 0-8,
Seven.
and I've won in my past 10 games. I'm 7-3.
No, you know who's a quarterback everybody should watch for? Malik Willis.
Tom Brady.
Malik Willis, I watched the film on him.
Mariota.
I know he played trash in that Chiefs game.
You had a Mariota jersey. I remember that.
Yeah. I had the Oregon Mariota.
That's
jersey.
clean.
That's when he was good.
That's drip.
That is true. I think Malik Willis, I watched the film. The stats are atrocious on that game. But the Titans, other than Derrick Henry
They
offensively,
don't have anything.
their offense is horrible. They have a top 6 defense in the league.
Jeffrey Simmons.
Other than that offense is putrid. It's literally just give the ball to Derrick Henry and everyone else just run forward and block someone. Their number one receiver is like
Traylon
N.K.
Burks.
But he's been out. It's like
Yeah.
N.K. Westbrook Ikine. I don't even know how to say his name. Or Nick something Westbrook Ikine. And then
You
It's
what?
a dying horse. You don't have to.
You don't have to try.
Yeah. Brian Tannehill is buns, dude.
Yeah,
He's
Davis Mills too. I liked
dude.
him against the Giants. He looked pretty good.
He's okay. Listen, at the end of the day, he's really just mid.
He's
never
a
gonna
game
be
manager.
No, he's
He's
never
better
gonna
than
be-
Jones.
Super Bowl predictions right now.
Super Bowl predictions.
I'll go. Your New York Football Giants. You
Dude,
got it.
let's
You're
just
beating
not
the
be
Eagles?
biased.
Yeah.
Let's just not be biased.
No, because I think they're gonna lose to the Eagles twice in the regular season, and it's so hard to beat a
pull
team
up the
three
playoff.
times.
Okay. Okay, here's how I feel. The Vikings, I love their team. I don't know if Kirk Cousins can get it done. Although I think they make it to the NFC Championship.
Probably, like they always do. And choke.
And then it's going to be Bills Chief on the AFC side. I don't think there's much way around that. I think
Are the
Okay,
Bengals?
the
No,
Dolphins are
Dolphins.
I'm a huge Dolphins guy.
I'm gonna say Dolphins Giants.
but
and
That's
it
what-
should be Jets are 5.
the Dolphins
In the
are
hunt.
a year
For AFC.
away. I think they're a year away. Mike McDaniel has some stuff he has to figure out, mainly defensively. I think Tyreek Hill is your offensive player of the year, without a doubt, right now.
I mean, he's on pace for like over
2000,
Yeah.
which would be an NFL record. I think if people are saying Tua MVP, I think you're sick. Tua is a whole lot of mid.
He's not
Bro.
actually good.
Yeah.
Plus, he got hurt, so I don't think. Like,
No, but at the end of the day, I think what it is that scheme, dude. They have
Sauce MVP.
Sauce.
All right, calm down.
Sauce is defensive. rookie.
Defensive rookie of the year. Did you hear about the conspiracy that the NFL is trying to push out to a MVP
Because of the injury
because of
scandal?
the injuries? So like push
It won't
away that.
happen. I don't believe in that all that mumbo jumbo. I think at the end of the day, our MVP is
Josh.
going to probably be Josh Allen. It could be him.
Jalen Hurts.
Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, or Patrick Mahomes.
I would love to. I know I'm a Giants fan, but I have so much respect for Jalen Hurts. He's just such a dog.
I like him.
I don't
never
like the
liked the
Eagles,
Eagles.
but Jalen Hurts, he's better than Tua. Never should have lost his job just for getting hurt and then playing through.
No,
an
he was not
injury.
good in college until he went to Oklahoma. He had
No,
clear
won a
mechanical.
national championship.
He had clear mechanical issues. I think as a passer, he struggled. Oklahoma solved that issue. His mechanics were shaky. They were. I don't think there's any way around that. The way he passed, he was a run-first QB. And in Alabama's offense, they need a guy to just stand in the pocket because they have the best O-line in the nation and look for
They
the
have the best
receivers.
everything.
Exactly. They stand in the pocket and they have to look for the receiver that is going to be wide open probably. And Tua could do that. Tua does it now. He's throwing to the two of the fastest wide receivers in the league on heavy flood concepts, crossing routes over the middle of the field. When you have Tyreek Hill, who's the fastest guy in the league, and Jalen Waddle, who has 4.3 speed, crossing this way, the middle of the field, and then you have Mike Gesicki stretching the field because he's 6'7". The middle of the field's going to be wide open. Tyreek Hill's going to catch it, and he's going to run for 40 more yards. Tua's stats are so inflated by yards after catch. I'm a Tua hater.
Don't be forgetting about my boy Jeff Wilson in the backfield now.
And Raheem Mostert,
Mostert.
two fast guys. I mean, like the offense, and it's called perfectly. I can't. I'm fired up.
I mean, how do you stop it then? Who stop?
Someone
sorry.
will come around to it. The Bills play them twice a year.
The Chiefs don't have a good enough defense in my
But they
opinion.
have a good head coach. So, I mean, they can also be
They can
outscored.
score.
They can be outscored. The
But
Dolphins,
the Dolphins defense is
it
tough.
struggled early in the year,
But the Xavier Howard, Byron Jones, Javon Holland, Christian Wilkins.
I also think, I mean, as a Steelers fan, I think a team that could get it done this year is the Ravens. I think they've been long due for it. Lamar is that guy, obviously. The
Trust.
defense, they got Roquan Smith now. I don't think the weapons are good enough. I'm assuming that's where your face is coming from.
Yeah, because
they have no
Bateman's
wide
hurt
receivers.
now.
Their O-line is okay.
Awful.
I wouldn't say awful.
Dude, I
Pretty
compl-
bad.
Dude, I could suit up at wide receiver for the Ravens
Yeah,
right now.
Devin Duvernay's pretty good, but other
He's
than
hurt
that,
too.
no, he's
He's
fine.
back?
Yeah,
Bateman's on IR though.
Mark Andrews is out.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Isaiah Likely, good tight end.
He is
though.
good. I do
He's
like
good.
him.
I like him.
Geno Smith, the Super Bowl.
Dude,
If Geno Smith wins a Super Bowl,
I don't think he'll win one, but I think you extend Geno Smith.
oh, you
NFC
have to.
Championship, maybe?
He's in the MVP conversation right now.
He is. I think. Yeah, 100%.
I mean, he's like
that fourth or
he's
fifth
like
guy.
that fourth or fifth Heisman guy that gets no votes, but like he's in that like.
I think my order is Patty Mahomes 1. I'm a big Patty Mahomes guy.
Wow. The AFC East may have the weirdest. I would not expect this at all. For the standings.
The Dolphins, Jets, Bills.
Who at the beginning of the season, who thought that would be it?
No
Well,
one.
no, just listen to this. I saw something yesterday. If Washington gains a half a game on the Niners, they're in the playoffs. So every East team across the league is in the playoffs then.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Other than the
So
Pats.
who?
No, the Pats are in the playoffs right now. I
They
think.
are?
Yes.
Well, they're
What?
frauds. They're not a good team.
Exactly, but it's just
Awful.
Neither
Yeah, I think they're. I really
Washington's fraud too.
anti-Mac
Like
Jones. I don't think the Commanders are that bad though. Like, honestly, the Commanders aren't that bad of a team. Good defense. I like Ron Rivera. He's a fighter. But honestly, it's going to be interesting to see how it all pans out. But my MVPs, it's Patty Mahomes. I still have Josh Allen over Jalen Hurts because Jalen Hurts is doing well, but a lot easier of a schedule. The Bills have played like some insane teams already.
They played the Jets.
yeah, but look, the Bills are like
Hard team.
500 now.
6-4. Josh Allen is still the second most talented guy the league has ever seen. Yeah, I see.
No, 6-3.
Who's the first?
Patrick Mahomes. Most talented QB.
Peyton
still.
Manning.
Dude, no. Patrick Mahomes is like doing this. and
Okay.
this.
You
I'm
call
saying
you
talent-wise.
pay Peyton Manning greatest QB of all time?
Yes.
No. Most talented.
Most talented.
Most talented, I'd say my list.
Tom Brady isn't the GOAT either. He should have
Tom
like.
Brady's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT.
He's
You
not
can't
the
deny
GOAT.
it. You can't deny it.
He
at this
lost to
point.
Eli and Nick Foles 3 times. He should have lost.
And then he beat MVP Matt Ryan.
He
beat
should have
Donovan
lost that
Mc-
game.
He beat Donovan
Kyle
McNabb.
Shanahan has to run the
How
ball
many
there.
rings does he have?
Like 6, 7.
He beat
All right,
Patrick Mahomes.
Take one away if Kyle.
Hey, volume.
Marshawn Lynch, give the ball on the goal line. Take
bunch
away a
of
ring.
ifs. The 28-3 game is all him. He literally soloed the Falcons.
Did you see the third quarter from the Falcons? They're throwing the ball to
Who
Julio
cares?
Jones thinking
Who
they're
cares?
down 50.
He did it. He did it. You have to
All right,
score
all right. You know what? They did win the games. I'll give that to you.
7
but
rings. You don't
He should have like
walk into
4.
7 rings.
He should have like 4.
Well, how many does he have?
Adam Vinatieri
Who cares? I don't
against
care.
Jake Delhomme
I
and the
don't care.
Panthers.
How many rings does he have?
All right, whatever.
7. He has all
okay,
this.
who do you think?
Who's the GOAT in basketball? Bill Russell because he has 11.
No, but Tom Brady also is the all-time leader in every
Tom
stat.
Brady played in like the hardest time to play football.
Exactly, the hardest QB era, arguably. He went against amazing defenses. Peyton Manning, the only argument against him wasn't good in the playoffs. You need to be good in the playoffs to be high up.
True.
He straight up
Who's
wasn't
your
good.
GOAT?
Of
Football.
football,
It's Tom Brady.
I would say like maybe like Joe Montana.
Joe Montana isn't any. He's probably not even a top 20 most talented quarterback of all time.
I don't know.
He had an easy time.
He wasn't even the most talented guy on his team at one point.
Greatest of all time doesn't need to be a quarterback. I'm saying it's Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor is the best
That's
football. Lawrence Taylor is the best football player.
Okay, whatever.
Who was he? What alignment
Lawrence
was he going
Taylor?
against?
No, Lawrence Taylor is easily the best defensive player of all time, sure. But what?
Defense.
Aaron Donald's number 2.
I think Aaron Donald's number
Defense wins championships.
I don't think
boys.
Lawrence Taylor would be
But
able
you
to do
can't
anything.
deny Brady being the GOAT.
I don't
But
think Lawrence Taylor would do anything today. He'd be
Nah,
average.
dude, he was all coked
Maybe
up.
because
like,
because probably
Well, we'd have some drug tests and he wouldn't be allowed to play.
true.
okay, but I think talent-wise, QBs all time, and I think this list is almost unarguable, other than 2 and 1 moving. It's Mahomes 1. You can't deny Mahomes is the most talented QB of all time.
He's got to do it for like another
Talent-wise,
5 years.
no, I'm talking purely talent-wise. Ignore the stats. I'm just talking talent.
You could say that about like
No.
Vince Young.
All right. This
Okay.
is a topic for some other day. We'll come back to this eventually.
Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers. That's my top 3.
Aaron Rodgers is
I'm putting Aaron Rodgers.
I just
at
don't
one.
like
That's
Aaron
fine.
Rodgers.
That's fine. I totally get that. But still, we just went off talking about football there.
for like 10 minutes.
Honestly, though, it was good.
I think it was like
It was
25.
It's a sport, and
It's a
we're
sport.
in the
We're
zone.
in the zone. I mean, listen, Governor Livingston, you were just in the zone. I mean, we're glad to have you.
Have fun, zoners. That's what
I'm
Ryan,
in the zone, in the
Ryan
zone,
called
in the zone.
the viewers the zoners.
No, that's what Schmidt said. That was
I'm a
actually Schmidt said
zoner.
that
I'm a
actually does
zoner,
sound
I'm
like
a
a Schmidt
zoner.
idea. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
All right. Well, Governor Livingston, thank you. Have a nice one. Get out of the zone.